Hey there, this is Christine. Thanks for tuning into my Mostly Keto Kitchen. What I want to talk about today is the snack that my son got last week at his after school program. He likes to stay after school because he gets to play with his friends, but also because he often gets a much more sugary treat after school than he does if he were to come home and I were to make him a meal. So the thing that he got last week was this, and so it's a Kellogg's Fruity Snack. And at first glance, it looks pretty good. Gluten-free, fat-free, 100 calories, made with real fruit puree. Excellent source of vitamin C, it says, but it's really pretty deceptive, and so that's what I want to talk about today. Now, I feel like this falls into this category of a Christine Ruins Everything, and I don't know if you guys have seen Adam Ruins Everything on YouTube, but it's hilarious. And yeah, I'm the one that's raining on the sugar parade, so I feel bad, and it's uncomfortable to have to be in this position, but I do feel really strongly like for some of us, too much sugar is an issue, and I feel compelled to speak up about it. Now, one of the reasons why I feel this way is because my son is Asian. So if you saw the Z's fried rice, you saw my son, and we adopted him from China. And it ends up that people of Asian descent and also Native Americans, they are twice as likely to develop diabetes than people of Northern European descent. So it's important to me. I want him to be aware of sugar in foods. I want him to be able to read labels, and I want to help him because I know he would love to eat sugar all the time, and for him and many other people, eating too much sugar is definitely detrimental to their health. So, all right, well, let's take a look at what's in the back here. If we look at the label, we'll see that there's two columns. So there's the 100-calorie column and the 220-calorie column. The 220-calorie column is for the whole package. And I think that in most cases, of course, one kid is going to eat one package. I can't imagine that at school they would say, okay, 5 kids will hand out 2 packages to you, and you guys can split them up so that, because if you look here, it's 2.5 servings per container, so you could split 2 of them between the 5 kids. That's not how it happens, right? This is one kid serving. Let's be real there. All right, and then if we look down under the 220 calorie thing, we'll see that it's 0 grams of fat, 53 grams of carbs, and it's 36 grams of sugars. 35 of them are added sugars, and then there's 2 grams of protein. So this is mostly sugar. And it's definitely all carb except for those little 2 grams of protein. And just to give you context for that, that's about 8 calories worth of protein. So out of the whole 220 calories in this package, 8 of them come from protein. So this is a super, super high carb snack. Now, it's hidden what's over in the ingredients, but I've written them on the board here. First ingredient is corn syrup. Then you've got sugar. Then you've got apple puree concentrate, modified food starch, water, and gelatin. So the only real food in here is this apple puree concentrate. And we can get a pretty good idea that there's not much of it in there because apple has fiber and there's 0 grams of fiber in this. So there's not much apple, and it's mostly sugar. So how much sugar is this? Well, an important thing for you to remember is that 4 grams of sugar equals 1 teaspoon. And I almost think that this is a ploy on the food, like the food industry part, because a lot of us don't have a good feel for what a gram is, but we do know what a teaspoon is. So here I've got 9 teaspoons of sugar, right? So I divvied them out, each one of these. So this is 1 teaspoon sitting right here. This now has 9 of these, 9 teaspoons in them. That's how much sugar is in this. So that 36 grams is 9 teaspoons of sugar. And then also to put that into some context, that the American Heart Association has come out and said that the maximum amount that a woman or a kid should have in a day is 6 teaspoons. So this one little snack package here is way above what a kid should be having for their daily amount of sugar. And, there's also probably going to be, very easily could be sugar for breakfast. There could be a mid-morning snack that could have sugar in it. And then lunch, what if there was a dessert or a juice box came with lunch? And then you had this after school, and then dinner. And then what if there's a dessert after dinner? We could have way, way, way more sugar than what the American Heart Association is recommending. now. So anyway, I really encourage you to be a label reader and to be aware and try to be honest about how much sugar you are having or your kid is having. And I mean, maybe you're one of those people that it doesn't matter for, and so then that's great. But I think for the rest of us, where sugar is important, that it is something that can cause some damage in our bodies. Please respect us when we say, hey, let's not have a sugary treat here. And I mean, it's not like I'm trying to make it all unfun, but it's serious, and diabetes is serious. And so we need to pay attention to how much sugar is in the food that we're feeding ourselves and our kids. So, all right. Thanks so much for listening.